All right, so you're getting started and you need a website, or maybe you have a website and you've bootstrapped it. You're trying to build your business on a budget. We all get it, we understand. So very often the question comes up, what platform should I build my website on? Right? Well, we would typically say is like, hey, let us build your website, right? We want to do it. We want to help your business and create, an amazing website that'll really help your business excel, help you create sales, help you generate leads, like all that stuff, right? A lot of companies want to do it themselves, and that's fine. There's DIYs, ways you can do it all day, every day. So some of the top, questions come in around like Wix, Squarespace, Weebly, platforms like that, versus going something a little more custom, maybe on like a WordPress platform. And let me just explain to you what these are. And so what WordPress is WordPress is a CMS. It's a content management system. That's all it is. It's just designed to manage the content that's being published, obviously for people to consume, people to see, all of those things. The design of it, what you actually see, the front facing, is actually designed either through a theme or it's custom development, right? And that's the part people kind of freak out about. They think it's really, really expensive and it's really tough. Now, the other side of it is that there's platforms like Wix and Weebly and Squarespace, and we get this all the time. Everybody wants to know, well, why wouldn't I just do it there? Because I can easily do it. I can drag and drop and I can make this. Well, the interesting thing is, if there's a monthly bill to this, right? These things aren't free. They're super low cost, but they're not free. And so what happens is if you are, on a Squarespace platform, and let's say that it's costing, $30 a month or something like that. Let's imagine that for some reason you lose your credit card, right? And you don't pay your bill. Well, if your account gets shut down, your website's gone. But it's gone, like it doesn't exist anymore because everything was built on the Squarespace platform. So the difference being, and that's the same thing goes for Wix, same thing goes for Weebly, same thing goes for, landing page platforms, all of those things. The content, everything that's sitting on that is not able, you can't export it and go put it on another platform. It's designed specifically for Squarespace, for Wix, for Weebly, for, lead pages, for inbound, unbounce, all of those, platforms. It's designed specifically for those. So even HTML exports, if you're able to export anything out of there, you still can't build it just on top of another platform like WordPress, another CMS like Joomla, or anything else. You can't. And so the problem is that if you really kind of take into your mind and you think about what that actually means, it means you don't own your own site. They do. Now, everybody can say, well, what about your server, the cost of hosting, your domain? Well, sure, that exists. And that's absolutely true. However, you still own that. That's an asset. And unless you have a gigantic server and you can host it yourself, I don't think that's going to be the case. Plus, there's just fees involved with owning a domain. It's just how it is. So regardless of whether you host something on Squarespace or Wix, or whether you even bought your domain through those platforms, you're still going to have to pay for that domain every year. That's just how it is, right? And so what I would say is that it's actually more valuable for you to take your domain, pay your $5 or $8 a month in hosting fees through like GoDaddy, and then have your website built on WordPress. And it doesn't have to be overly expensive. If you'd like a consultation, here's my plug, right? We can talk to you about it. But what I really want to do is I want to create context around what these other platforms are and the risks of it. So let's say that your credit card always works. You never lose it at Disneyland like I have before. It never expires and you ever have to update it. It always works. You never have an issue. What happens when your business grows? What happens when you want to sell your business? That asset that's sitting there is not yours. You can't export it. You can't take it and just simply move it. And so what happens is we're huge fans of WordPress. They're the biggest, CMS platform that exists. More people use them than anything. There's experts everywhere. You can always get support. You can get into a forum and get every answer you'd ever want for free, right? Plus, you don't have to pay monthly for the platform. It's free. It's just there. And so what's really interesting is that if you ever wanted to move your website, you'd then have to actually rebuild it. And then a lot of the functionalities may not cross over. And then that takes us into the next thing, which is integrations, functionality. The purpose behind having a website is that it's home base, right? This is where everybody's going to come to really learn about your business on a deep level. They might start at social media, but even on social media, they're looking for that website link. They're going to check you out and they want to see that. It's also the place where you're going to make your transactions. So if you sell anything that has online transaction, people can order online, they can pay online. That's where it's going to be hosted. So we want to make sure that whatever platform that it's built on, whatever you choose to do, that you're thinking longer than the first 60 days of business. Because I will tell you, if you have a plan that your business is going to be around for 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, you don't want to put money and time into something that's not going to perform for you. So, the Wix platforms, the Weebly platforms, the Squarespaces, all of these things, they're not designed for businesses that are really going to scale and they're going to be around for a long time. And so when you're thinking about building a site, even the GoDaddy website helper, all those things, like they're just not designed for real businesses who want to grow and continue to prosper, and it's just not designed for that. And so really think about it, because when you look at, and here I'll even, explain this a little deeper. If you build a website on, for example, WordPress, you can back up the whole site, the whole thing, every file, every image, the layout, the coding, every single thing. You can export it and put it on a hard drive. You can put it on your computer and you can hold it there. And if you ever wanted to completely rebuild the exact same site, you can just replicate the whole site like that. It's that easy. You just upload it into a server and then it works. And so there's a little more technical stuff than that, but you get the idea. So what I want you to do is, as you're building your business, as you're evaluating the next 5 years and 10 years, I want you to really think about what platform is going to be the most effective for your business, really for the long haul, for that 5-year, 7-year, 10-year window. So think about that. Don't come into a business and only think in a 30-day window, because you'll get shot in the foot a lot. So hopefully that helps, and I'll catch you on the next video.